Beautiful seekers, this is Clarity 1129. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here. And it is time for that pick a card reading. And today's topic is going to be, why did they wrong you? So if this is not a situation in your life, ideally you wouldn't have been called to this reading. But if there is absolutely no such situation, then this reading is not for you at this time. You can always check out my playlist or come again for another reading. But this reading is about why they wronged you. There is someone who has wronged you, and for a lot of you, you don't have a reason as to why they did so. And you have no clue when everything was going okay, why did they do this to you? Because you had best intentions possibly towards them. And this came as a huge shock, like a tower moment. And you're still trying to get closure on this situation, all right? So we're going to look at it in a set of 7 questions. 7 cards we'll pull out. And first and foremost, we're going to ask who wronged you. So that would be an added confirmation whether that pile is for you or not. So if it doesn't resonate with you, then choose another pile. And if you're not called to, then maybe again, this reading is not for you. So we'll first look at who wronged you. Then we look at why did they wrong you. Then we look at what you can do to, right this wrong. And then we look at what you can do to heal. Then we look at, for those of you who are still waiting for them to come back with an apology, we look at whether they will actually give you a reason or give you an apology. And then we look at what's coming in next for you. And last but not the least will be advice from Spirit. And then we'll take out more advice with the Oracle cards. All right. So this is how we're going to go about this reading. Now, whether this is a love interest or it is a friend or it's a family member, you can put it to your situation. All right. This reading is open. I haven't made it a specific love reading, but usually that's the theme that comes out. But we will just take it, as it comes. All right. So I think that's pretty much about the reading. So I can introduce you to the piles. I've got 4, as you can see. Pile number 1 is the Mystic Mondays Tarot, and this beautiful card, Diamond. Is it visible? Pile number 2 is the Ethereal Visions Tarot and the Parrot. Pile number 3 is the Light Seers Tarot and this Angel. Pile number 4 is the Star Spinners Tarot and Tulip. For those of you who are intuitive, have already made a decision, you may head to the timestamps. And for those of you, this quick meditation helps for you to center yourself to choose the card. Let's begin. Sit with your spine erect, palms open facing upward. Close your eyes and gently take a deep breath. Hold. Focus between your eyebrows. Connect with your intuition, knowing that it will never lead you astray. Centering yourself. When you're ready, breathe out. Slowly open your eyes. And whichever pile you're called to, that is your pile. And now I will see you at your pile. Pile number 1. Those of you who've chosen the Mystic Mondays Tarot or the Diamond card, this is your reading. And this says you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. So what I get from here is that maybe you and this person you've come to this reading for was someone language was giving and receiving gifts. So maybe they pampered you with a lot of gifts and you did the same. And for some of you it could be that things were going on so good and you never expected this to happen, and then out of the blue things just went bad and you want to know why. All right. For some of you, you were very close to getting engaged, or you were already engaged when things went bad and you had to, it had to be called off. This is just for some of you. So take that how it resonates. All right, so as I was saying in the intro, we're going to take out 7 cards, one each for a question, and the 7th one is the advice card, and then more advice cards with the oracle. So the first question is, who wronged you? So just so that you know that you're on the same page and it is the same person we are talking about. If this does not resonate, do choose another pile. Why did they wrong you? What can you do to right this wrong? What can you do to heal? The hanged woman in reverse wanted to show herself. Will they be back with a reason or an apology? Oh, I didn't ask the question, but you can see the 6 of Wands here, upright. And this is before I was asking the question, what's next? What's coming in next? And last but not the least is advice for you, all right? Now, let me just move this to the side. That's the 6 of Cups that was drawn by my maid, by my daughter, like a tarot card for one of my birthdays. I love it, so I keep it here. That's a picture of the 2 of us when when she was a baby. All right, bottom deck energies, 5 of Pentacles. So this could be you, this could be them if they're feeling remorse, but we'll have to see when we look at the rest of the cards. But you definitely are in this energy because, when things were going so great between the 2 of you, and as I said, for some of you, it could have been a love situation wherein you've reached engagement, you've been engaged, and then all of a sudden, without a reason, they called it off, you left out in the cold. For some of you, it's not gone to that extent, but you still were in a very happy place when this happened. Suddenly, they may have ghosted you, they may have just walked away, and no reason, no explanation, just maybe I don't think it can work out. So that may have come as a root shock for you. And if this is not a romantic situation, it could be a friend, a family member, anyone, someone where you thought things were great and you had this great dynamic going on, and then you just find that it's all over. Suddenly they're not talking properly, they're not talking, or things just, it's a huge break between the 2 of you and you're wondering why. So let's take a look. Who is this person who wronged you? You get the Princess of Wands. So this person could either be younger than you in age, or this person could be someone with very young energy. Maybe even when you were dealing with them, whether they're your age or even someone older than you always felt they are, a little childish maybe. For some of you childlike, and for some of you childish, and maybe sometimes both, wherein they had this young energy, but at sometimes it could be a little immature. They were fiery by nature. For a lot of you, they could be fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or it's there in their chart predominantly, but doesn't have to be. But they embody that energy. They were very curious and they wanted to have a lot of fun, and they were a lot of fun. And you had this wonderful, it's as though they had this, they wanted to explore new things, they wanted to travel outside and, maybe go out and have a little adventure trips, or if nothing else, even when you're sitting quietly, they suddenly wanted to go for an ice cream maybe, or something, and basically when they were around, there was no dull moment for you, and they used to bring this wonderful energy with them, and you used to be in touch with your inner child when they were around you. So this is that person. Now, if this does not resonate with you, maybe this is not your pile. All right, so why did they wrong you? The Tower, look at that. This was out of the blue, that's for sure. And that's why I felt that for some of you, you had even gone ahead, and had an engagement, and then this thing happened. So with the Tower card coming as to why did they wrong you, there may have been something that shook them in their life which has got nothing to do with you. All right, so they have possibly got some information, some news, something which was so shocking for them. Maybe they have lost someone from their life, and it was so shocking that they had to just call it off. But then if there was something like that and yours was a strong relationship, I don't see any reason why they didn't give you a reason as to why they're calling this off. But something major could have happened in their life which they were not comfortable talking about. All right, but this is a very general kind of card. Let's try and we'll keep this Five of Pentacles here, and we're going to see what was this Tower about. What was this Tower about, Spirit? Ace of Wands. Okay, this is what I was picking up. If you're aware of this, pile number one, if they had someone from the past, all right, whom, an ex, that ex just before you were going to get engaged, for some of you who were in that situation, or if it's, you're not in that situation, but you were having a great time together, their ex has come back into their life. All right, maybe they discuss the fact that they were with you, and then this person suddenly comes into their life, and maybe they've apologized for whatever went wrong in the past, and they've shown interest, and this person who thought they've healed from that, they were like totally drawn back into that because they've not healed from that breakup. And now at this particular point, they didn't know how to explain that to you because it would be unfair, but they couldn't help themselves, and that is the reason why there was this sudden just breaking of all connections, and they've gone incognito, and not given you an explanation, because whatever be that reason, they realize that they've had a wonderful time with you, and it may have been difficult for them to come and say that on your, to your face, that there's someone, my past has come back and I'm going there with them, because it didn't make, they did not have the guts possibly to speak to you and tell you that, because they also knew that, they obviously have a lot of feelings for you, but, and they would have been guilty to actually come and say that to you. Then what was all this about if you hadn't, close that chapter fully? Why did you start this new chapter? They didn't have answers to give you for that, but they were very drawn into whatever that situation was, and that's why they've gone back to them. You had the Ace of Wands, new beginning, passionate beginning, they may have cheated on you, and you had the Three of Swords, and then you had the Knight of Cups. So there was a love situation, and that's come knocking at the door, and that is why they've done this. What can you do to right this wrong? You get the Sun. Beautiful energy. You can live your happiest life, and that is the only way to right this wrong, because you deserve nothing but the best, pile number one. And the Sun is the happiest and the most positive card in the deck, and this is exactly what you need to do. Heal yourself, take time to heal yourself, and we'll come to that in the next card, what you can do to heal yourself. But get in touch with your inner child and just be happy. Being unapologetically you. Just do everything that makes your heart sing. All right? You deserve to live the best life, and you're not going to stop that because something didn't happen. In fact, for a lot of you, you're inspired by their energy, the wonderful, adventurous energy, and that happiness, and some of it has rubbed off on you, and you may have been the kind who was serious, doesn't have to be, but that energy which drew you to them, that energy is a part of who you are now. You're finding that within you. In fact, they say that when you have a very strong connection with someone and you find that you're just thinking about them all the time and you want them back in your life, there is something about them which attracts you to them, which is actually there in you, which you need to find, and that's what you're doing. And with the sun energy, you're going to be the best version of yourself, and you are going to live a happy life, because what happens to you is not in your control, but how you choose to react to it is definitely is in your control, and that's what you're going to do. It will need a lot of healing first, because obviously this is not an easy thing. Something just comes to you and shakes your world. You can't get over it overnight unless you sweep it under the carpet, and that's not healing, because that comes back. So you are going to heal, and then you're going to come into this energy, which is beautiful. And maybe they were a catalyst just for that. All right. So now we're going to look at what you can do to heal. The Ace of Swords in reverse. What you can do to heal is stop waiting for them to come and give you a reason as to what happened. Tell me the truth. So the only way to heal is you not being stuck on the fact that when I get an explanation from them, when I get a reason from them, when they tell me the truth of what has happened, till I've unearthed the real truth, I will not move forward. This energy needs to leave. For you to heal, you shouldn't be bothered with why it happened anymore. They've not given you the closure, now you don't even want it. You know that they've not matched your energy, and if they don't want to be with you, you don't want to be with them either. You let them go happily and you choose your best life. And this is the attitude you need to adopt, because if you keep waiting for the closure coming from someone else without you giving yourself that closure, you are going to be stuck. And you realize that, and that's what's going to happen. You're not waiting for an answer, you're not waiting for the truth, you're just moving on, because you deserve to be happy and you're giving yourself that happiness, which is wonderful. Will they come back with an apology or with a reason? Just since we've taken this card out, let's take a look at that. Temperance in reverse. No. It's not happening in a hurry, because they're not in balance at all. And unless they come into balance and unless they've done the healing work, they are in no position to come and tell you anything at all. So if you're waiting, it's good that you're not waiting, and it's good that this is what you get, the Ace of Swords in reverse. You're not waiting for the truth, you're just going to go and be happy, because if they haven't told you when this happened, they're not telling you right now. They've got a lot of work to do to come into balance, to be able to even accept what's happening, to get over the guilt, to get that maturity to come to you. Maybe someday in the future, when it's no longer important, they might actually come back, and that would be because they need the closure, not because you do. You are going to just finish it here and move towards your best life. All right. So what's next for you? And you get strength. Beautiful. You are coming into your power. There's a very strong Leo energy here. All right. Because the sun in this is also Leo. Strength is also Leo energy. The lot of fiery energy here. You are coming in your power, you're standing in your power, and you're seeing yourself, you're seeing your resilience, you're seeing your strength. And not just you, everyone around you is seeing how you have grown. And this relationship that you had with this person has taught you a lot. All right? And you are just shining your light, nice and bright. Beautiful energy, all right? And it doesn't come without the pain. There may have been a lot of pain when this tower moment happened, suddenly from having such a wonderful relationship with such a, and if this person's also a fire sign and you also may have very strong Leo in your charts, Obviously, you've got along so well, like a house on fire. And suddenly they've just dropped this bomb on you and they just walked off. And, it's been difficult, but you've not given up. You know that you're worth much more. You know your worth, and that's beautiful, pile number one. And you are finding your strength, your resilience, and you're bouncing back like nothing else. And it's not to spite them. That's the beauty. You are not coming into this power and living your best life, like they say, a revenge body and all. It's not for them at all. You're doing it for you. And that is what's beautiful. And what's advice from Spirit? You get the Magician in reverse. You've come into your power, and it's not as though, you come into the power to show them and now secretly you're manifesting them. You're not. With the Magician in reverse, your advice from Spirit, and this is exactly what you're doing, is that you are not wasting your manifestation and your ability to attract things, to attract this person back into your life. No. You've put in your all while you were in this relationship. They broke it off. You've let them go. It wasn't easy, but you finally put a full stop to that relationship. Whether you get an explanation or not, it's not important to you. You have given yourself closure. You are living your best life. You worked on yourself. You've come into power, and you're not wasting your manifestation to manifest them back in your life. You're not. You've just, and it's not out of spite. It's not out of anger. You've been through all of that during your healing stage, and now you're past the healing and you're now living your best life. And so that's exactly, if occasionally you think about them, because we are humans, you're being told to by Spirit, don't let it go to that portion where you again want to, there will be a tendency of the mind to take you back to those places. By all means, you can think of the good times you had with them, but don't let it reach the place wherein you, wallow down that same path of feeling bad for yourself and things like that, because you have actually done the work, or you're in the process. Right now, when you're coming to this reading, you may already be here, all right? But you may be still healing, so you still go back and forth. But this is just going to be for the time till you process the whole situation and you're ready to move on. Angel numbers, confirmation. So if there is something, that you really want to know from the universe is talking to you at this time as you're going through your healing journey and trying to live your best life. And for whatever confirmation you want, you may have this, you may see 1111 or 1212 a lot, all right? Or even the number 14. And then you have hope here, which is beautiful. The number 6 could be significant. The letters RECKV and B could be significant, and 29 could also be significant, all right? So there's a lot of hope coming in because of your attitude and nothing else, all right? Because that is what's changing things for you in your life. Your commitment is being tested. And this is, whatever it is that you're putting your effort into, when you're getting there, you'll again, your mind might take you back to that, but this person. So commitment is being tested, that you don't manifest that person back into your life, but you manifest your best life, all right? And that's what you need to do. Adjustments are required. So there will be some healing that's required, but you're going to get there because your attitude is great. Style number 1. Because when you were in that connection, you gave it your all. You really, really enjoyed your time with this person, and they brought you a lot of happiness. You saw that and you were very committed. But after whatever they've done, yes, you've taken your own sweet time to heal because it was very painful, very shocking, so unexpected. But now you're ready to move on. honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it of myself. Beautiful energy. Absolutely. With this Ace of Swords in reverse, you're not expecting them to come back with the truth. If they couldn't tell it to you then, why would they tell it to you now? And you'd actually have, after that initial phase of feeling bad and wanting to get the answers, you've just cut them off now. And not out of spite, but out of self-preservation, because you deserve better. And you've been telling yourself that, sitting and waiting for an answer is you being dishonest with yourself. You know that they're not going to come back with an answer because they cannot face you right now. Regret. I know I cannot change the past. Absolutely. Such mature energy from you, pile number 1. And that's exactly the opposite of the energy that they brought in, because theirs was very playful and at times childish or immature energy. All right. And that's why you both just felt perfect, because you were complementing one another. But you're mature enough to understand that there's no point in waiting. And so you're not regretting what happened, because while it lasted, it was beautiful. Some of their personality has rubbed onto you to be curious and adventurous. And you're taking what you learned from that relationship, finding that out within yourself and mixing the two and moving forward to live your best life. And that's beautiful. And there's no place for regret in that. That's wonderful. And let's see what the angels have to say before we close out your reading. Success. Absolutely. Whatever. And remember, we saw the Six of Wands. A lot of success in your healing, in your journey, and in your coming to the sun and strength energy. Beautiful, wonderful. And there is something better. And I think you already know that. When this happened the way it did, you knew instinctively there's something better, because you may be, extremely loyal. And once such a thing happens, you're ready to forgive, but you definitely don't want to go back into that energy. And that's very Leo-like energy, which is beautiful. And because of that, you're moving in a new direction, living your best life. And you've done your healing journey, and you must keep one thing in mind, that you keep your heart soft, all right? In whatever it is that you do, don't harden your heart. Because when we talk about Leo energy, we talk about the heart, generous spirits. Keep your heart soft. For that, healing is very important. And I feel I don't even have to tell you that, because for a lot of you, you're in this healing energy. And for a lot of you, you've come out of that energy. You may be just seeing this out of curiosity. But this is what it is. I think you're in a very beautiful space, or you're getting into that beautiful space wherein, as it is, I feel very mature energy from you. And you do not pull cotton wool on your eyes. You don't try and tell yourself, oh, it's okay, maybe they'll come back. No, you like to hear it as it is. You do not fool yourself. You want to know the truth, and you don't wait for the truth from someone else. You're intuitive enough to know that. And you don't, give yourself BS that no, maybe this is okay. You don't like that. You like to, no matter how hard the truth is, you like to face it, accept it, and move on. And that's beautiful energy. So that is all I have for you, pile number 1. I hope this reading resonated, and it's told you what you already know, but it could be some sort of confirmation for you. Wishing you all the best in this best life of yours. Sending you so much love and light. Bye-bye. Pile 2. Those of you who've chosen the Ethereal Visions Tarot or the PARROT, which says someone will gossip about all your secrets. And maybe this person, whoever this person is who has wronged you by actually gossiping about the secrets that you both shared. And no matter what this relationship is, there were certain things that you spoke to this person, believing in them, trusting them, and you found out that they've spoken behind your back. And this is not something you're finding out in this reading. This is something that you've already known, which is the way that they wronged you perhaps. We'll take a look. Or this could be that whoever this person is, this person used to like to gossip, or the two of you used to share a lot of gossip about people with one another. So take that how it resonates. Pile number 2. I hope you're all doing well, because and you are over this energy, or you're already healing from this energy, because when someone wrongs you, when you've been very honest and very invested in a connection, it's never easy. It's always painful. But just remember that everything that happens in our life, no matter how difficult it is to hear it when we are going through it, but it's always to teach you something. So take the lesson and move on. So the first question we're going to ask is, who has wronged you? So, we get 2. So that's a lot of description about this person who's wronged you. We get 2 cards here. Why did they wrong you? What can you do to right this wrong? What can you do to heal from this? Will they be back with an apology? 2 cards again. What next for you? Oh God. Okay. And last but not the least is advice. Okay. There. Bottom deck energy. Ooh, the 10 of Swords in reverse. So I feel for a lot of you, maybe you've already known what they've done, what you may be coming to this reading just to see it, just as a confirmation of some sort, but you already know what they did, and it may have been a while, because with the 10 of Swords, I feel what I'm getting from this energy is that you're actually at the brink of letting this go, but there's just something about you that you're just holding on to for some reason. Maybe this person was very important to you, and you just feel that, but it's almost as the 10 of Swords is when you're coming to the end of the cycle, you've been betrayed, but you've processed the whole thing, and finally this chapter is closed. With the 10 of Swords in reverse, what I'm getting is you're not letting it close, because there's some little thing and maybe that's why you've come to this reading, to find out that little thing, so that maybe you can liberate yourself from it. So let's take a look. Who has wronged you? And we get the 10 of Cups in reverse and the 9 of Wands in reverse. So this person could, for some of you, family, but for a lot of you, I feel this is someone you've dreamt to have your happily ever after with. You've dreamt to have children with them, maybe. And for some of you, you've waited for a very long time for this person to come back. Maybe you both were studying, and you were studying in different places, or you were working, or your families weren't in agreement, or whatever it is. But this, with the 9 of Wands, it's been a long time since you waited for this person, and this person was sure, that they're going to come back, and you both actually exchanged this, that you would be there in each other's life forever and ever and whatever. But they didn't keep their end of the promise. For some of you, they could have gone with someone else. All right? How did they wrong you? Or why did they wrong you? Why did they wrong you? Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, that's what I was feeling. There was someone else in their life. Maybe this person was a player, and when they met you, they felt this is it. But maybe there was someone else already in their life. Something seems off here. But there is some person, either it is a mother figure or it is someone already in their life that they had, because of which they did not come back to you despite giving you all these dreams. And for a lot of you, maybe, yeah, what I'm picking up is like, you've met each other, you were very drawn to one another, you shared a lot with one another, and then whatever, life happens and there are certain things you got to do, so you both went apart, did your own thing, but you kept in touch because you knew that someday you're going to come back together. And when it was time to actually come back together, this figure here, the Queen of Pentacles, this could be their mother, or this could be someone in their life. And don't go by gender, this is all energy, so you can use it for whatever gender. So there's this Queen of Pentacles figure who did not want them to come back to you. Either they didn't feel you were a match, or they were the person, now depending on who this Queen of Pentacles was. All right, and this is the reason. And they hold this person, I mean, what they say matters a lot to this person, and because of them they did not come back to you. But somehow, looking at the cards, I don't feel that they would have gossiped about you. Pile number 2, I don't get that from here. You may have heard from other people that this person is talking about you, but I don't think so. I'm not getting it from this. I feel they were also invested in you. And I feel whoever's telling you this is actually spinning a yarn. I don't think they actually did anything like that. But this person could even be a friend, could be a sister, could be a mother, or could be someone who was one of their earlier crushes or something like that. Someone whose opinion mattered to them was not for this connection, and because of this they've just not come back to you. What can you do to right this wrong? The Hierophant. You learn your lessons from this, whatever happened, and you're looking, and I think you're doing this already, all right? You've actually sat down and gone over every single thing that's happened in your connection, and you're taking lessons from it. For a lot of you, you are naturally spiritual. Some of you may also be religious, and you've taken a lot of solace from your religion or from spiritual teachings, and you're trying to understand why things like this happen from a spiritual perspective, so that you are not bitter about the situation, so that you can heal from the situation, so that you can keep your heart soft despite what has happened. And that's beautiful energy. And you're learning a lot. For a lot of you, you may have ascended spiritually, you may have had a spiritual awakening as well. And that's what you've done, working on yourself. For some of you, you've actually gone ahead, and this could be for just a few of you, you've gone ahead and married someone else. How can you heal from this situation? You get the Ace of Swords upright. You want to know the truth, pile number 1, as to why they gossiped about you perhaps. And if you've come to this reading, and if you're still here with me, I do not feel that they have gossiped about you at all. And I feel that very strongly. So if someone has said something, it could be something that they said, but they've, misconstrued it and told you about it. I don't think this person has spoken about you. This person mattered a lot to them, Because of them, they've not come to you. But when they told you or gave you this whole picture of a particular dream, they believed in it. When they were fighting for this connection of yours and them, they believed in it. And they were so sure that this person would be there for them and would agree to this, because this person really matters, whoever this person is. And for a lot of you, you will know who this person is. But when they said no and they were not approving of this connection, they should have actually come and told you about it. Again, I feel that was a lack of guts issue. And they were hurting too, because they are invested in you as well. Remember that. So they just didn't say anything. They have maybe hurting. And during which time some common friend may have spoken to them, they would have said something, and that's been misconstrued and told to you as though they have been gossiping about you. But I do not feel it. I'm not getting this energy at all. So if that's the truth you are waiting for, you can heal yourself, because I don't think this person has gone and gossiped about you in a negative way at all. I don't think so at all. Will they come to you with a reason or apology? Oh God. They are carrying this burden or whatever happened on their shoulders. They don't feel good about it. Pile number 2. They don't feel good about it. They're not happy at all. They were very invested in you. And this burden of the way they've treated you is resting heavy on their shoulders. They're not happy one bit. But will they come to you? I don't think so. They just can't get themselves to come to you and tell you this, because they have given you so much of hope and they were so invested in it. And they were dealing with a lot themselves, all right? And I don't think they're coming, not in a hurry, to tell you this. But they haven't gossiped about you, and they're feeling terrible that this didn't work out. The burden is on their shoulders. What's next for you? You get the 8 of Cups in reverse. And I feel that for a lot of you, you were walking away from this person just because you couldn't face this reality. Not anymore. You would know that you don't have to walk away from here, even physically move yourself away from here. No, because you've worked on yourself. And so what's next for you? You are finding your remaining 2 cups, but you don't have to go anywhere else for it. You're getting it right from where you are. You've understood spiritually what it is that you're looking for. So what's next for you is to just move forward in your life where you are learning what you're learning, knowing this truth that they've been true to you, but this person's opinion was very important for them. And for a lot of you, you already know who this person is. And maybe for some of you, it was out, they have actually told you about this, and you try to tell them, but aren't we something? And they said, no, I mean, we are, but this person comes first. And that's why they called it off. So in that case, you already know why this happened, but they've not gossiped about you. And they're really sorry for what happened, and they still carry the pain because you really meant the 10 of Cups for them. You were their happiness, and it's no longer there. But they're not going to come back to you again. They may have once, but they're not coming back again. Because I feel for a lot of you, you already know the reason. And for you, what's next is just healing yourself and moving forward wherever you need to go. Spiritually, for a lot of you, you've had your awakening. For some of you, you've got married elsewhere. You're just moving on in your life as life offers you whatever you want to do. But you're not waiting for them anymore. And you're not taking pains to shut them out either. You've risen above it. Advice for you, you get the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. There's going to be a beautiful new beginning in your life, possibly as far as your career is concerned. and you are going to pour your energy there. This is beautiful. All aces are opportunities from the universe. It's like a blessing coming your way, and you're going to take that blessing. Beautiful energy. And that's because of all the work that you've put in on yourself to be able to handle this in a way, which is beyond getting irritated, fighting, trying to find out why this happened, because you both were invested in this equally. Advice, heart, love. There will be a new love coming into your life because you've kept your heart soft, because you've seen the reason why these things have happened, and you've gone above the blame game. Patience. In fact, I feel a lot of you, if you have actually got married or moved on, you've done that after you've done your healing. You've not done that on a whim to spite them or anything else. You worked on yourself and you've decided you won't wait any longer, and you've found the right person and you just moved on. But after you've done your healing. So this could be different for each of you. And for others of you, you've just worked on yourself. You've kept your heart soft. You realize some things are beyond your control and beyond their control as well. If this person was a mother figure, then you know that you can't really tell them to forget about their mother. That's not okay. So, fine. You've decided to not stop and mope. You are going to go ahead with your life, and you've done just that. That's beautiful energy. Don't let your past hold you back, and I don't think you have let your past hold you back. It's time to take action. Exactly. With this Ace of Pentacles, you'll know exactly in which direction to go. Indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life, and I think you've done that. You've always been spiritually inclined. You've always followed your intuition. Oh, this card came in between. I thought I'll say it, then I said no, let's see if it comes out, and it did. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Oh, beautiful. Why didn't I mention it? Beautiful. You may have seen it while I was shuffling. I don't know whether it came in the camera though. Yeah. Wonderful. Absolutely. And I think you're aware. There's a lot of awareness in you with this Hierophant card. I feel you're very sensible people. You've always been in touch with your intuition, and you are inclined to spirituality and maybe also religion, as I mentioned. And now finally we hear what the angels have to say before we close out the reading, and we get peaceful resolution. And that's it. And the onus of this peaceful resolution goes to you, pile number 2, because you've had this faith in the universe, and also in your person and in yourself, most importantly. And so very peacefully you've made this transition. And it's not to say that it wasn't difficult, but you've still chosen peace. As I was saying to the last pile, you can't choose what happens to you, but you can choose how you respond to it, and you've done it beautifully, beautifully. And then you get a no from the angel. So if there was some answer, something that you were inquiring about, your answer is no. So maybe after I've told you that they've not gossiped about you, maybe you've thought about, is that really true? Did they gossip? And then the angel is saying, no, they didn't. So you can take that as a confirmation again, but of whatever you thought about. All right. So pile number 2, giving you a big hug. You've done a wonderful job, and it's not easy. Not very many people can actually transition through it, keeping the pain. I get very strong Taurus vibes from you. Yes, with the Hierophant, that's an added confirmation. Maybe you have strong Taurus in your chart. You're very solid people. All right, and nothing can move you like that, and you take in a lot. You're like shock absorbers, and you will still live your best life. You can detach. You will not go back there, but you're ready to move on, because you know that just keeping that with you, that energy with you. Yes, they do say Taurians hold a grudge for the end of time, but for whatever reason it happened here, you knew that this was futile, especially if you knew about this energy. But you're ready to move on, and you've really worked on yourself. This beautiful energy. Kudos to you. Pile number 2. So that is all I have for you. Sending you so much love and light. Bye-bye. Pile number 3. Those of you who've chosen the Lightseer's Tarot or this angel card, and this says spiritual guidance, protection from harm. So first and foremost, pile 3, you are protected. You are protected by the universe, by the angelic realm. All right. And I feel a lot of you are very spiritual. That is why you're here for a tarot reading. But even otherwise, I feel for a lot of you, you're very intuitive, and you may already have an idea as to why they wronged you if they haven't told you. And that's why this reading is for those people who've been ghosted or been wrong without a reason. And we all get stuck on the reason, we get stuck on the closure. And sometimes when we ask the question why, we don't even want that reason from them. It's almost as we are asking the universe, why? Why? And usually it's, why did this happen? Why did this happen when everything was going so smoothly? It doesn't make sense. So for a lot of you, you've actually worked on that already. Anyway, so now let's take out your cards. We're going to first look at who this person is who wronged you, so that you know whether this is your reading or not. Why did they wrong you? How can you right this wrong? What can you do to heal from this? Will they be back with an apology or reason? What's next for you? And advice from Spirit. Bottom of the deck energy, 3 of Wands in reverse. You've stopped waiting for an answer or an explanation. You've stopped waiting for this person to show up, is what I feel with this 3 of Wands in reverse. You're ready to move on. So let's see. Who wronged you? King of Wands. Ooh, okay. This person could be a Leo, Aries or Sagittarius. They have a lot of fire energy in them. Either their sun sign, or it could be there very predominantly in their charts. They may have been a very generous person, a very loving person. Also someone with a lot of ego. But they were mature, because this is not the Knight energy, this is King energy. So this person was a very mature person and very passionate. They may have treated you really nicely, but they may also have an ego, all right? And so if this meets your description, then this is your pile. Why did they wrong you? You get the 9 of Pentacles, okay. They were not ready for commitment. They liked being single. They were very focused on their career. And which is why I had said in the beginning, I think you already knew. Maybe they've told you and you're just wanting to check whether there was some other reason, but this was it. They were not ready to commit. Then why were they in this relationship? They were very attracted to you, which is why they began. But I feel for a lot of you, they may have told you in the beginning that they were not going to, they didn't want something serious, and maybe at that time you were also okay with it. And you said, all right, we'll see where it goes. But then you were invested in it a lot. And though their feelings may have been genuine, they are very certain that they did not want commitment. Maybe they have a vision of some kind, and for that, just having a partner or having a family would be, something that came in the way. They're very focused on where they want to go. as far as that vision is concerned, which is why they just called this off. And you thought, as your relationship was progressing, that they were also equally invested, and when the time came that they would want a family, but they stuck to their word, because their vision, nothing can come in the way of that vision that they have. What can you do to right this wrong? Knight of Swords. It's possible that in this connection, when that happened, or there was a lot you wanted to say, but you didn't. And maybe it's too late, you've gone your separate ways, and there's a lot of pent up energy here, a lot of things you wanted to tell them, but because they've got such a huge ego, they may have mirrored that, and you also, your pride was too much to tell them all of this, because it may make you sound desperate. So you didn't say it. But how you can right this wrong is to actually say it. You don't have to go and say it now, because they may have gone, but you can write it down. All that was there inside of you, what you wanted to tell them, and how you felt you were wronged, and how you felt that they were invested as the connection progressed. Whatever it is, write it down on a piece of paper, and then just burn that paper, and with that, just let it go. Whatever last bit is there, which is, and you've been healing a lot, but this is there. And as long as this is there, that there's something I need to tell them, and you don't tell them, and maybe you cannot, maybe you're not in communication anymore, whatever, but this is something you can do. You don't need to tell that person, but you need to get it out of your system. So get it out of your system, write it down, and then just burn it up or tear it up, whatever you want to do with it. And with that, as you're doing the last bit of tearing or burning, you just say, with this, I release this energy. I forgive this person. I forgive myself for getting carried away. And now I start afresh. And I'm just, so let them find their vision and follow the vision. I have my own life to live. How can you heal yourself? The Fool in reverse. You're being told that till this energy is healed, you can't possibly start a new beginning. So a new beginning can happen only, so basically your healing can happen when you start afresh, and that starting afresh is blocked here because there is still this stored energy within you. So till you bring that out, your healing is not going to happen. And when you bring that out, then you will be able to start afresh in whatever area it is in your life, and that is going to bring healing for you. All right, so this step is very important before this step happens. Will they come to you with a reason? I think they've already given you a reason. 7 of Pentacles. You may want to finally actually calm down, do your healing, and then someday you might meet with the 7 of Pentacles. There's a long wait here. And the thing is, they are still stuck on their coin and their vision, and there's something that they've got in their mind. They feel that that's their sole purpose, so nothing can get them off from here. So will they come to you? Maybe someday later on in the future, when it's not very important to you either. Maybe you'll meet again as friends and you'll have that conversation, but it's really not going to make a huge difference to your life at that time. All right, and what's next for you? 2 of Cups. Beautiful, lovely energy. You may find someone, your perfect soulmate, who's meant for you, coming into your life. Pile number 3. As soon as you've done your healing and you've set that, written it down, and actually got it out of your system, and then your new beginning happens. When you've kept your heart soft, you've forgiven them, you've forgiven yourself, you've just let it go, and you've actually thought about it. Yes, they did say this, and you did not think that was so important to them because you thought you would be more important, and your ego may have taken a beating that I got carried away and they still didn't. That means I wasn't so important, so that could have really hurt your ego and hurt your heart as well. But you understand that now and you let them go. It's not as though they've left you and got committed somewhere else. Still with their vision. So That's it. And you tell yourself that, and you write whatever you had to, and you burn that off, and then you begin afresh. And then guess what happens? Mr. Right comes along, and you have your happily ever after with them. But this is only after you come into balance, all right? After this is all worked upon. That's beautiful, but that's coming in for sure. Advice for you: pile 3, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Yes, don't wait for the Knight of Pentacles. This person's very focused on their coin, very focused on their coin. And if you feel they're going to give that all up and come to you, it's not happening. So you work on yourself. All right, that's what I feel. Now let's take out some more advice cards. Pile 3, what do you need to know? What do you need to keep in mind? Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with insight of awareness. It's not easy, because when we put everything into a particular connection, it could be in anything, in fact, but more so in a connection, because in a connection, that's where we are most vulnerable. When things don't work out, we do stay in this period of denial for a long time, but you're acknowledging it now. Remember, you are the spiritual pile. You understand it. You are divinely protected as well. And you are finally getting to this awareness is that was very important to them. They didn't hide it from you. They didn't tell you in the big, they were not giving you stories, yes, we're going to do this, do that, and then they've wronged you. No. They've told you right from the beginning they're not going to be committed. They have something in their mind, and that's where they're going to go. It's all right for a casual affair, but they're not going to take this forward. But you just thought you were going to change that. It didn't happen. So there was a lot of denial. You were very upset. There was a lot that's pent up. You need to get that out though. But you're coming to this awareness that it was not about you. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Absolutely. Your intuition will. All right? And you know that. And you're realizing that. Because right from the beginning, you're aware of it. But still, this is that voice of denial, and there's a lot of that ego which wants to come out, and let it come out. Don't keep it inside, because it'll keep showing rearing its head up. It needs to come out of your system. So write it down and just burn it up, and then free yourself from that energy. You are good enough, absolutely. So do not attach their not falling for you, despite whatever they said so, to your sense of worth. You are good enough, and you're learning that. You have always been good enough. And when they fell for you, or whatever they had, that brief encounter that you had with them, they were very invested in it. But they always have known that this is what they're going to be. All right? And your feeling that it was because you are not good enough is something that you need to work on. And maybe this relationship came to just trigger that portion of you, that this needs to be worked on. Your self-worth, your self-confidence, your self-esteem. You need to work on it. You need to understand that you're good enough. And when you do that, when you finally let this out and you've healed your energies, that's when this beautiful relationship is coming. Nothing is yet set in stone. So if you felt, that if this doesn't happen, there's going to be no one else for me, you're being told that you don't know what's coming for you. So don't come to any such conclusions. Work on your self-esteem. Work on your self-worth. There's something beautiful that's there on the horizon. Something that's going to really charm you All right, so the way things are, nothing is set in stone. You feel that you're never going to come out of it. That's not true. You will come out of this energy. But this is what you need to do. If you're watching this, if you've heard this, first thing, write that all down and let it go. Take your time over it. Let all those emotions come out. And thereafter you begin to heal. And that's when this new energy is going to come in. What else do you get? Medical stuff. Healing. Again, yes, you need to concentrate on your healing. Number 13 or 4 could be significant. If you don't, it will manifest itself in different ways, psychosomatic disorders, because what you feel in your mind, it manifests in your physical body. Peace, harmony. This is what you need to invest in, and it's coming for you, all right? You just got to do a little bit of work and it'll come for you. Pile number 3. And what do the angels want to tell you? Choose a new direction. Absolutely. Don't wait for this person. When this nothing is yet set in stone came, don't think that this person's going to change their mind. They're not. You're being told to go to a new direction. And wonderful things are waiting there. Big, happy changes. What did I say? That's the 2 of Cups. That's coming. All right? You're seeing it for yourself. I've shuffled the cards in front of you. Wonderful things are waiting to happen, but you need to heal yourself first. All right? You are divinely protected. Everything is exactly the way it should be. This relationship happened just to tell you that you are good enough. And you need to know that. Someone being in your life or not being in your life is not about you. You're being worthy or not. You are worthy of the best. You should know that. No one else defines your worth. You do. And this is your lesson. And that's why this person's come along. Pile number 3. I am sending you so much love, and I hope you heal fast so that you can embrace these wonderful things that are waiting to happen. Sending you so much love and light. Bye-bye. Pile number 4. Those of you who've chosen the Star Spinner Tarot or this beautiful tulip card, you get great passion. So maybe this was someone you had a great passionate connection with, or if it's not a romantic connection, maybe someone, the 2 of you shared a common passion. Maybe you had a love for museums, or you had a love for art, painting, or whatever it was. It could be races, horse racing, races, or anything. But it was something which was not small. You were really, really passionate about whatever this thing was. And nobody got you like this person did, and vice versa. All right. So you really had this one passion, and there was one person you would want to share it with. Whenever you, even if you were not together, didn't live in the same place, whenever you got to meet, or through letters or through phone calls, whatever, you would discuss this passion of yours. And this is the only person who could understand you, and you were the only person who could understand. They could speak their heart out to. All right. So now, maybe that's the person we're talking about. And let's see, who is this person? Why did they wrong you? What can you do to right this wrong? How can you heal from this? Will they come back with a reason or apology? What's next for you? And advice. Bottom deck energy is the King of Swords in reverse. All right. So this is somebody you had this beautiful relationship with, and you expected them to come and tell you the whole truth. Or maybe you are the kind of person who likes to see every angle of a situation, and this one thing has been puzzling you. Why is it that this person did whatever it is to me. Why did they do it? All right? And no matter what you think, you're not able to logically put this into, something that you can accept and move on. You're just stuck. You want to know that missing part of the puzzle. Why? So let's see. Who is this person? You get the Six of Swords in reverse. This person could have strong air in their chart. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Doesn't have to be their sun, but it's there in their chart. This person is someone that you haven't moved on from. All right, they are the kind of person, if they come into your life, it's going to be really difficult for you to forget them. They've had these great ideas, and they're someone who really liked peace and harmony. They liked that energy. They did not like drama. So if this portion resonated with you, this is your reading. Otherwise, choose another reading, all right? Or choose another pile if called to. Why did they do whatever they did? Empress. Okay. Let me just clarify this energy. You see that here. I want to know whether there was someone else, or was it because they didn't feel good enough? What is this Empress Spirit? That's what I thought. Bottom deck energy. Yeah, okay. The Queen of Swords here, see? In reverse. All right. What I get from this is that you shared a great passion over something, and you also possibly been very passionate about one another. All right. If this is a romantic connection, if it is not, even then, if this was a friendship or a familial connection, it doesn't matter. But they have always seen you as better than them in every aspect, maybe economically, maybe in every area of your life. They find you the Empress, and they don't find themselves anywhere close to you. This could be a total self-esteem issue, or this could be, in reality, you are from different worlds altogether. All right? And it didn't matter to you. But then it wouldn't matter to you because you had it all. They didn't have it all. And initially, when you were discussing your passions and everything else, it didn't matter to them as well. But I feel that they caught feelings for you. And that's when all these things began to matter. And that's where they started withdrawing their energies from you. Despite knowing that nobody gets them like you do, and knowing that you're the perfect match with this King and Queen of Swords here. You matched, your intellect matched. It was something which is very important for this person. But it's just this reason. We got the Eight of Swords. They didn't feel that they would be good enough, that it was all right when you were talking about your passion, but when it came to a little more than that, they just felt you were not on the same page, you were not in the same league. They just couldn't match your energy. Now, if this wasn't a romantic connection, and if this was a familial connection or a friendship, same thing. They just felt that if they stayed with you, you would always outshine them. They would never come to anything if they carried on being with you. And for you, it was not a question of competition at all. But somewhere they felt that they cannot establish anything as long as you're there, because you would always outshine them. You were better in every way. And if this was a romantic connection, it's just that they felt very strongly for you, and they felt that because they had so much of love for you, they realized that they can't give you anything. You were better in every way. And so they just felt that they were not good enough for your life. How can you right this wrong? The Ace of Swords has come in 3 piles already, yours, and one more pile it came reversed, and the other it came upright. And how can you right this wrong? And I feel it's by not talking about it at all. I feel if you bring up this topic, their ego is going to be hurt so badly, they're not going to accept it. It's actually going to upset them a whole lot more. So the only thing you can actually do is not talk about this and let them come around, let them work on themselves. And you just be in this Empress energy that you are in. When the time is right, if they're meant to, they will come back. But right now, you can't do anything. The best thing you can do in this situation is to not push them, not ask them, not confront them. Because it would make them feel terrible about themselves. Even though you don't mean this comparison, and even they know that you're not the one who's brought this up, but they feel that. There's nothing you can do about it. They have that feeling. So let them come out of it. Give them space. And what can you do to heal? 7 of Swords. Stop telling yourself that you were not good enough. If that's the story you've been telling yourself, that's far from the truth. They just feel that you're too good for them. But maybe you both are mirroring each other. Both of you feel that the other person is too good for you. You are not good enough. And then in that case, this feels very strong like a twin flame connection wherein both of you mirror each other and both of you feel that the other person is better and you're not good enough. And whatever you feel the other person is feeling, you're mirroring energies. And so if you are telling yourself that, please, pile number 4, you need to work on your self-worth. It's definitely not about you not being good enough. They feel they are not good enough. So if you've been telling your story, that story, stop now. Just because you don't have the pieces of the puzzle, I'm giving you the pieces of the puzzle. They just don't feel good enough for you, and they need to have that time and space for them to prove themselves to you. Otherwise, it's not going to work out, because though you have the same intellect and the same passion, they need to feel at par with you. Otherwise, in the 3D reality, it's not going to work. Even if you come together, you're going to break up and things will be unpleasant. They've had the maturity to understand that and work on themselves. And once they really work on themselves, they'll realize that it was always about energy. It's not about how much money you have or what you look like. But right now, they've not reached that level. And they need to work on themselves. And you need to work on yourself too. They are seeing you as the Empress and you don't feel that way. That's total self-sabotage. So you need to work on yourself too. And you need to heal on yourself, not as to why they did that to you, but on yourself. Why don't you see yourself as worthy? Will they come back with a reason? You get the devil energy here. You will keep obsessing about this, but they're not going to come. You may feel that they're going to come. They're giving you some hints, but this is total devil energy. Don't keep yourself stuck here. They are not coming. And the more you wait for them, the more you'll keep waiting for them. They're not going to come. When you let it go and work on yourself, that's when you come out of this energy, and that's when they come into power and they come back if they are meant to. But you both need to work on yourselves. And they've realized that you need to. What's coming in for you? Queen of Coins. Oh, you need to work on yourself and come into this beautiful energy of the Queen of Coins. So that will be a step number 1. They see you as the Empress. You see yourself as nothing at all. But you need to start, and you start by being the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe the Knight of Pentacles. Work on your coin. Then work on yourself. Take good care of yourself. Your physical, mental, emotional body, your spiritual body as well. Work on yourself. Work on your coin. Come into balance. See yourself for who you are. See yourself as your worth. That's what's coming in for you. You honoring yourself, you seeing your worth, working on your worth. What's advice from Spirit? Three of Swords in reverse. It's time for you to get over this broken heart. That's a firm message from Spirit. All right, you've been in this energy for a very long time. You've just been putting all these funny answers into your head that you were not good enough and things like that. That's not the truth. You need to get out of this energy and work on yourself. Very curt message from Spirit. Let me take out more cards for you. Pile number 4. This feels like a very deep connection. I didn't feel that for the rest of the connections, though they were all beautiful in their own way, difficult in their own way. But yours definitely, I feel, is a very strong connection, a spiritual connection. I even mentioned twin flame, if you don't want to go by the labels. All right. Acceptance. I'm learning to accept the things I cannot change. Exactly. You cannot change the way this person thinks, whatever's going on in their mind, but you can change how you think. Bottom deck energy. Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Yes, they're doing that, and you should be doing the same. More advice for you. Power lines, energy, absolutely. This is something that they're going to learn, and you will learn too, since you're in this energy, that finally it's about how you feel within. You may think that you're not good enough for them for ABC reasons. They think they're not good enough for you because you're the Empress and they don't see them as an Emperor. But you come up to one another because of the energies around you. That is what matches. But right now, both of you need to work on yourself, and you get good luck. So luck is on your side. The situation is perfect for you both to work on yourselves, work on your coins, work on your image, how you feel you are, and things will be just fine. You will ascend and come on the same page when you've done that work. Now, what do the angels have to tell you? Perfect timing. Yes, it's perfect timing for you to work on yourself. All right, for both of you to work on yourself, so that you can actually see this Empress that they think you are. You can see yourself as that, and they can see themselves as the Emperor too. The situation will improve. So don't give up hope, but don't stay stuck in the devil energy, because you stay stuck and you're not moving forward, neither you nor them. So you need to stop thinking about them, but working on yourself and your self-worth. Nothing will come of this situation. This is just for those of you who felt very happy and were smiling from year to year, because the situation will improve and you get nothing will come of this situation. This is this devil energy, I feel. If you start obsessing on this and just think about that and keep, seeing different visions of both of you are coming together again and being obsessed on that, it's not going to happen. It will happen when you work on yourself and start living your best life. Your hard work is paying off. No, you get one more here. You're very close to achieving your goal. So whoever's been putting their work on themselves, you will see things moving for you in your life. You'll find more abundance coming in. You'll feel better about yourself. You'll start feeling more positive. That means you're very close to achieving your goal. As in, then they must also be doing that and coming to that realization. So till you're on the same page, you've got to live your best life. That is what's going to bring them towards you, if they are meant to come towards you in this lifetime. All right. So all you can do is to be grateful for this wonderful life that you have, and work on yourself and know that you are worthy, and let that sink in. Someone is seeing you as the Empress and you are self-sabotaging. All of that, that's not good. So you need to work on yourself, all right? And it's not easy. It can be, what we speak to ourselves is a result of so many things right from our childhood, and what we see and what we watch and What we hear, what we assimilate, what we interpret, everything makes a difference in our life. But once we come to this realization that this is what we need to do, and I was reading a very beautiful was it some reel in which there was things written on it, in which it said that healing is not end game. Healing is just a process. Your actual life happens after the healing. So a lot of us get stuck in just the healing and just keep healing and healing. But don't forget to live your life. That healing, it will be a part of your life in the background. But right now, it's a major portion that you need to do this. And thereafter, get it behind you. Thereafter, it happens in the background, but you lead your best life. So your life, what you're meant to live, this beautiful, perfect timing and things like that, that's supposed to happen after your healing. And that healing is not supposed to just carry on and on and on and on, because you're not putting in your heart, you're slipping back into devil energy. You got to do your healing and move on and start living your life. All right? So that's what you need to do. And I'm sending you so much love and light. Live your best life. And may the best come to you. Sending you so much love and light. Once again, pile number 4. See you again. Bye-bye.